Hi guys, and welcome to another video from Mr. Rock Solid. This is a 50-cent sit and go. I recently won, and it was one of those games where you really didn't expect I was going to win. These two guys to the left of me were extremely loose, and this guy doubled up early on, but we're going to show you here. Oh, that's a bad one there, the trip sixes. Yeah, getting beat by a flush. And yeah, as you can see early on, I didn't play many hands at all. I only played probably one hand in the first, I don't know, what is it, 3, 6, 9, a lot of hands anyway, so I was sitting really tight. Best hand I had early on was the pocket fours, which obviously got raised and re-raised. It was kings against aces. If I did go all in, which obviously I don't, I'm not going to be going all in on fours to raise and a re-raise, then I would have actually hit the four at the river to flop a set, but you've got to fold fours when there's some action. But yeah, it was a game I wasn't really expecting to do that well in. I wasn't getting any cards, as you can see. This next hand here now is king 7 suited. It's been raised to 70, so that's an easy fold. Actually a king did flop, but I still don't regret folding the king 7 there to a raise. This next hand here, I'm on the small blind with king 5. I was actually going to fold this hand here, a few callers, but I thought, yeah, let's fill it up, and then I'm first to go, so I just bet half the pot here and see what happens. Somebody calls me, a king comes on the turn, and I win a decent amount there, and as you can see, I'm running dry here for another good sort of 15 hands or so. What happens? Got an ace 4 here, which obviously this guy's gone all in, and we're not going to be calling the ace 4 there. Next hand, moving along, we've got 7-5. King 10, I'll just fast forward to this king 10. I've just called this one, and then this guy raises it to 150, and this guy calls as well, then bets, so I had to fold the king 10 there. Let's just replay that here. So I'm calling 30 here with the king 10, and then the button raises it to 150, so there's no way we can call that. Ace 5 here. Let's just go back to this. Ace 5, that's an easy fold. I won't be playing any ace rags from early position. 9 jack on the big blind. Ace 8 min raises early position. I do think that's a bad thing to do. I'll probably just get rid of that there. He's actually bluffing here. This guy's calling. He's now hit an 8. This guy really hasn't got a lot to go on here with the ace jack. He's now hit trips and that guy's called. Really, the ace 8 there, early position, you're probably better off just folding those type of hands. And the ace jack there, don't really blame the min raise call, but then if you've not hit and this guy's betting, then you're going to have to learn to fold with 2 overcards, in my opinion. Queen 2 here on the button. I'm not going to get involved in a hand like this. You can see this guy, king 9, 10 8. He's got a flush, this guy, betting the pot here. This guy's called. He's now at a king, so he's in front. And this guy takes it down. So 10-6 again on the, later on round the table. I'm still not going to be calling those type of hands. 10-3 again. This guy triples up here, if I remember rightly. Ace king versus ace king. These guys aren't going to fold. Obviously this guy's sitting on trip 7s and he takes them both out. And this is a stage where I'm thinking, God, I've had no hands here. This is going to be one of those games. In a turbo, the blinds go up every 5 minutes. But I was still sitting tight, optimistic. This is bad play from the jacks, really. I mean, his bet here is called. He's got an inside straight now with a king at the river, and that's the only out he's got really, apart from obviously a jack, which is very unlikely. Ace 9's been betting all the way, and the pocket jacks, he couldn't get rid of the pocket jacks. So let's just replay this hand again. Let's just slow it down a little bit here. Let's just replay this one. This guy's raised it on the pocket jacks to 150, perfectly fine. This guy's called an ace-9 offsuit for 150. I don't agree with that. I think he should be folding those type of hands. He's now hit an ace, so he's going to be betting into this. Not sure what the jacks do here, whether the jacks bet first, no. This guy calls. So it's only 50 to go, but I do think you've got to get rid of pocket jacks in that position. Now the pocket jacks have got an inside straight, so a king would give them a straight. And the ace-9's betting 250. And jacks call now, and that's still quite a scary card, because any queen would give the other person a straight, but he does win, does suck out a little bit there on jacks, but it's bad play from both players at certain stages of the hand there. The jack-9 suited here, this guy's gone all in, so we get rid of that one. Moving on to the next hand. 8-2, that's an easy fold. Jack-5. 6-10. And I'm thinking at this stage the blinds are 51. We've got 12 big blinds left in us. This guy's pushing, you know, we're not going to be calling those type of hands anyway. This next hand's probably the second hand I've played in a while. It's pocket queens here. Not a lot you can do. This guy's got ace-4 there. He's going to push. We're sitting on pocket queens, and we're pretty big favourites to win this one. And we've hit trip queens, full house at the end there. A little bit unlucky for the aces there. We would have had trip aces. Would have beat most hands with that flop there. So we've managed to double up now. So now I'm feeling a little bit more confident. This guy here, he's going to be struggling. The blinds are now 1 and 2. Blinds are 51 still, sorry. I think, according to the replayer anyway. Again, Jack-3, that's an easy fold. These two guys are pretty loose, I think. Both of these two guys are pretty loose, and they're both to my left. So later on, obviously, you know, I'm going to be thinking my raises have got to go through both of these, so it's going to be a little bit hard. If I raise a king-10, king-9 type hand on the button, I'm going to get probably called from both of these, which is a little bit dangerous. Ace-Jack versus Jack-8. I mean, the Jack-8 here, he's raised it 3 times. It's a real bad play, actually. The Ace-Jack's gone all in. This guy's just flopped 2 pairs, so a bit of a bad beat there for the Ace-Jack. But that's what I'm saying, this guy's loose. I think this guy's pretty loose as well. I mean, the Jack-8 3 times raise with 3 players to get through is a little bit optimistic. This guy went all in on his Ace-Jack, and this guy hit 2 pairs, so what can you do? But it's all good for us. I mean, the more people that get knocked out, the more chance we've got. We're now on the bubble. Obviously Queen-3 against these very loose, aggressive small and big blinds. I'm going to be folding that. 8-10 again, I'm going to be folding a lot of hands, especially with 2 loose guys to my left. And this guy here, he's going to be looking to push a lot of hands. This one gets min raised. Ace-2 I feel is good enough to call. I'm just going to stop this here. I felt the Ace-2 was good enough to call from the min raise there, because he's going to be raising a lot of hands, as we've already seen these two in a lot of pots. Here we've hit bottom pair, which is not a great hand, but we have got the Ace of Hearts, and there's a nut flush draw on here, so we'll just see how this hand pans out. He's actually betting 150 now. I could just smooth call this, but I'm going to raise it, because if he's got an 8 or a 4 or a 2 or overcards, then you know he's going to be calling. And I've got a very good hand, obviously, if the Ace flushes, but once I've re-raised him, he does let go of his hand. So what we've got, 5, 6 in that hand. Moving on to the Ace-King now, that's just a standard 3 times raise. We do manage to take down the blinds. If anyone else came over the top, I would have to call that. Ace-King against 2 loose players and a guy that's not got many chips left is more than good enough. A 3-4, a 2-5, a Jack-6, a King-Jack here. I'm thinking if this guy's just limps in or raises, I'm all in anyway. do manage to take the pot down. So yeah, I've just picked up this king jack. Just go back to this hand. I really don't know what he's doing here with the 7 jack. A better move would be to go all in. Not that I would probably fold it with the king jack suited against this guy. He's not going to knock us out if he wins. The worst we can end up is on 2,000 chips, and if we do beat him with the king jack suited, then we're in the top 3 in the money. So I'm really not sure. This guy should have either folded or just simply gone all in. In the end we do take him out, we knock him out there, but that's an easy call for me with his chip stack. 10 queen here, I'm just going to min raise this one. 10 queens, not a bad hand, 3-way. I've been playing pretty tight. This guy has called, so what I decide to do here is bet the pot, and there's there's 2 reasons for that. Obviously we've hit top pair, decent kicker. We want to make this guy pay. If he's got something, I'll just replay that one. If he's got something on the flop, any piece of the flop, then he's probably going to carry on. Against a better player, I'll bet less, probably around about 300. But against this loose, aggressive player, I think that's the best thing to do. Just bet big. And if he's got 2nd pair or 3rd pair or any kind of draw, then it's going to be paying to see him. And you can see our chip stack is building up nicely now. We've got Jack 9 here against 10 king. He raises it min, to 400. Again, against this player, I don't think he's got a super powerhouse of a hand. I'm betting small here because there's a flush draw on, obviously straight draws on. If this guy comes back over the top, then it's going to be hard for me to carry on here. Once I've hit the set here, trip 9s, I'm just going to bet half the pot. He's called again. The flush card comes, I'm a little bit scared, a little bit worried about that, but I decide to bet into it anyway. If this guy would have raised, I'd have still called him. You can't expect a guy to have the flush all the time. I'm just going back to this hand again that we've just played. This 10 king min raise, that's fine. Me calling's fine. Here, I do think he should have raised that 200. He should have raised, when I bet 200 at the flop there, the 10 king, if he'd have raised that, I'd have probably let go of this, but then again I had an open-ender straight, so it might have been a hard one with the 8, 9, 10 jack to let go. So I bet 200 thinking, yeah, if he wants to raise it, I'll call him with the open-ender and bottom pair. And we do end up taking down a decent sized pot there. We go a little bit dry for a bit as well. 8 queen, I'm not going to call that to a raise. The jack 2, 4, 6, and then the next one jack 10. I'm just decided to check that one. I could have actually raised it. I'm going to bet out here. I've hit a piece of the flop, and if this guy comes back over the top, it would have been an easy fold. But as it happens, we do take down the pot. Like I've said, I could have raised it in this position, but I decided just to check it, see a flop. And like I've said, we've hit a piece of this. I'm betting half the pot there, and this guy folds. Next hand, jack 6. I probably won't even call this. I'll probably just fold that even against the big blind. This guy's pushed all in though, so again, jack 6 is an easy fold. Ace 2, that's a raising hand from the button against a small and big blind. Not to get too carried away though, because they are a little bit loose. So I just decide to min raise that one, and I do actually take down the pot. And you can see as the players get less and less as we're entering like the top 3 now, I will be playing quite a few more hands. Ten jack, not a bad hand. I'll probably raise this now. I would imagine I raised it. I can't quite remember what I did with it, but it's more than good enough in the small blind to raise against the big blind. He's actually called. I think I'll make a continuation bet here of 400, which I do, yeah. And he should fold if he's got nothing. So that's just raising before the cards come down, before the flop comes down, completely missing the flop first to go, and just betting around about half the pot. Because 2 out of 3 times your opponent's going to miss the flop unless he's got big pockets, big pocket pairs. A 9-7 here, that's an easy fold. Going on to 10 jack, I'm going to raise this, especially now this guy's folded. Probably raise it, min raise it to 400. If this guy calls, we've still got a hand to play. If this guy comes back over the top, it's quite an easy hand to fold. I'll probably bet around 400, 600 here. Yeah, 400 bet. And he actually folds, and we take that one down. So we're building our stack up quite nicely. Ace King on the button. I think I just push all in here. Anyone's sitting on an Ace Queen, low pocket pairs, they might call me. A King Jack, King Queen type hand might call me there. So that's the reason I just shove it all in. 2-3, obviously that's an easy fold. This guy's looking for a move now because the blinds are quite high. The blinds are 1 and 2. So this guy's got 8 big blinds left in him, and he's going to be shoving quite a bit from the button and the small blinds. So we've just got to be a little bit careful now. A King 2 here. I could have actually raised that, raised it, King 2. I kind of regret not doing it. The reason I didn't do it is if this guy then decides to push all in, you know, we'll just give him 400 chips. So I did elect to fold that King 2 just because the big stack, the big blind there didn't have many chips. Pocket 8's here, obviously. He's gone all in, that's an easy call. Number 1, we've got him out chipped by quite a way, and number 2, Pocket 8's is a very good hand against a random shove like 9 King. It's still a bit of a race, but we do win the race. Take it down. King Queen, that's a no-brainer, that's an easy raise. We're now heads up. Some people go all in on King Queen. Sometimes I'm a bit more aggressive than others. However, with this guy I just felt I could sort of grind him down a little bit by making sort of 2-3 times raises. And then heads up didn't really last that long. Jack King, I think I decided to raise it. Now this guy here made a mistake in my opinion. I've raised it 3 times. He's got pocket 6s. If I was him, I'd just shove all in. I would have to think twice about calling my King Jack there. But as he only raised me, and then obviously went all in, you know, we're not going to fold top pair, decent kicker. Obviously we didn't know what he had until he's shown. But yeah, I do feel like he did play the hand. He didn't play it correctly, in my opinion. The pocket 6s there. I raised 600. He comes back over for 1200. I've already got 600 in the pot. You know, I'm going to be calling a Jack King for 600. In my opinion, this guy there, he should have gone all in, and it would have made me think about the Jack King. It might have folded it, might have called it still. But obviously he's letting me see a flop. As soon as I've hit the Jack with the King kicker, I'm never going to be folding there to my opponent, heads up. So yeah, he made a bit of a mistake there. Should have gone all in on those 6s and put some pressure back on me there, really. Made me think about how strong my Jack King was against his range of hands. But yeah, we did manage to take it down, and as you can see here, we played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hands only. We lost on the 4s obviously after we put money in the pot, but then we won. Had a really lean dry spell, and then towards the end, when there's sort of 3-4 players left, we sort of loosened up a little bit and played more hands in position. So yeah, I hope you find that useful, guys, and have another video for you soon. And it's Mr. Rock Solid, and I'm going to sign off.